Okie dokie. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Like all the other good or bad kids, boys and girls, big ones and little ones, grown ones and yet to be. I'm playing with my toys this morning. And I was talking a lot of smack about being able to do this and do that, and there's reasons for that. You know, the things that I do, I have the tools to do them with. And it's not because I went and did all of this about RCs, it's because of what I've been doing for a living the last 40 years. But I wanted to share a couple of things based on RC stuff that I've seen. I'm going to start with the portable car stand. Now, initially, when I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. But for these size cars, you know, every time I try to use it, it's rocking and whatever. You know, for a presentation, it's probably great. But useful as a tool, maybe out there on, you know, at the track or something, for those of you who go to track. You know, but me, I'd have to have a heavy plate, something at least 16 inches aside, bolted to the base to keep it in place, and probably a bigger table up top. With that said, I've done some things. This is my work table. I sit in that stool with this thing in front of me and blah, 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 blah. And if I need to work on it up here, you see the Kraton frame chassis. I made these. This is Formular. It's an extruded plastic foam board. Home Depot. You can buy a 4x8 sheet, 10-foot sheets. I mean, they use this stuff under concrete and building and blah, blah, blah. But I cut some and I used this material. You know, I have rolls of it because, you know, it wears out. And I just cut off a new piece. It's for my routing table because when you put something on it, it doesn't slide around. As an example, I rub it on that piece of wood and you see the table doesn't move much. You rub on this, it doesn't want to slide at all. So if one piece is not high enough, I just stack them up. And a lot of the things I do have to do, the way I do them have to do with my disability. If I make something, it's got to be conducive with other things I'm doing. Consequently, these also fit this table. You know, and this surface under here will tilt this and that, but this is not a hobby thing. This tray on wheels came out of my recording studio. It held a mixer, and I've got stands like this for the computers and whatnot, because most of the electronics that I own that are inside are for music. So I made those for doing that. This is actually a stool. I just put a plate on it with cloth, general work table. And I got tired of all the plastic containers with the tools, so I just went up to Home Depot and did this number here. Because I just was done with that. You know, because I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Tools. One of my favorite things is be able to take something and do it right and have it looking like it's supposed to look. Case in point, I made a lot of cuts in this shredder. Now, there's some extra holes in here, but the holes that are empty are factory holes. All the holes that have screws in them, other than for the chassis, are holes that I put in. If you see, the screws are like they're supposed to be, just a tad below the surface, etc. Now, to hold that still enough, I had to clamp it down outside because I didn't have what I'm about to show you here at the time. This is a milling table, or specifically it's an indexing table. You use this clamp set, which will hold round, octagonal, diamond shape, whatever, and you clamp it in here with that stuff there, and you put the corresponding milling bit, you know, either 2, 3, or 4 vein, or however, whether it's a finish or a rough cut. And once you got it clamped in here and you got the blade set where you want it, you know, these handles move things back and forth. This one's locked down, but this table moves 2 ways, okay? And you can be very, very very precise with what you're doing if you got one of these. The guy says, well, people can't afford to buy all that crap. Yeah, you can, because if you can afford one of these, you can buy all that. This table, that set, those mill bits, a set of drill bits, and the drill press don't cost as much as that car. Before batteries, this car costs $4.99. The drill press is 2 bones. This is about a bill. You know, you take what's left, and you can buy a whole lot of accessories. Because all you need to run the drill press. Ooh, Jesus! I don't want to be stepping on that. I moved that to show that. Let me get that on the floor. That's like a $500 footprint there, boy. All bad. But anyway, you know, you can have all that for less than the cost of a car. And most of the videos I see online, you guys, even the new guys, you got 2 and 3 cars. Well, you know, if you got quality stuff, you're coming up on a couple grand right there. So if you can't afford to invest in the tools to take care of them, that means you shelling out a lot of cheese to pay somebody else to do it for you. Really? I don't think so. I ain't going there. I'm bringing all the tools that will fit within reason in here. And I gotta make a dry apology about the movement going on in my videos. I wear prosthetics and I can't wear them all the time. And when I can't wear them, I can't stand still, because I live in a life of pain. It's like somebody's jabbing a dagger up into the bottom of my foot, because my bones in my right leg are hollow, titanium plate, lots of big screws. So it gets kind of hard. So for those of you who tolerate all this movement in my videos, God bless you. I really appreciate you, because this is not easy to do. But most of my videos will be about how I do what I do, not about the end result, because the end result, everybody wants the same end result. They want a nice car that does what they wanted to do, and they want to be able to fix them. Well, I love fixing things. I love modifying things. You know, I've been building cars and motorcycles all my life, so I'm trying to downsize my mentality to deal with these. And I'm loving this stuff. I'm just loving it to death. So as I get along with what I'm doing, I'm going to share the tools that I use to do them with, and I won't be coming up with the stuff that people can't afford to buy, because as a general contractor, you know, you're talking about a whole different lifestyle. And you know, I've got a complete steel fabrication shop, I've got a complete wood shop, and that's just a byproduct, because let's say somebody's got a 12-foot wide entryway on their home and they want a valance, you know, over that entryway, and they can't find one they want to buy. Well, I got to be able to go make that for them. I got to order the glass and make that transom to hold the glass, and it also has to act as a header above the door, holding up the rest of the structure. So with that said, there's a lot of woodwork tools, but there's a lot of small stuff that works with that, because you got to make the trim for it as well. So a lot of those tools will be coming here. And once the keyboard is finished and out of the room, you know, I'm going to put another toolbox over there. It's going to be a little bit longer. I think I got like 60 something inches over there. This is a 42, and the one I'm looking at is the Milwaukee or the DeWalt. One of them two going to fit over there. And I'm gonna still deal with my homemade shelves, because they work as good as the ones you buy. And this stuff is $7, $8 a sheet. They cut it for you. I get them cut to general size, and then I just put them where I want them. But the other thing, next tool trick, I think I covered these already. Yeah, the foam board. Yeah, this is a good one, because like I said, you can buy this stuff. This stuff is cheap, you know, and it doesn't take long to do. It's not hard to do. You don't need nothing but some adhesive and a knife. That's it. And you can get stupid with this stuff. You'd be surprised what it'll do, because I got other things in mind. I'm going to shape my mold for the car body. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Let me get this Kraton body. Here's a prime example of something I'm getting ready to do right here. If I get that off of there. Get off of there. Now, this Kraton, it's got this Gorilla Tape job on it, and that's all well and fine, but I got something else on the brain. This is acrylic. Artists use this, and they pour it, and they make designs and stuff, and they've been doing it and giving them to me, and this is one of my favorites. This thing right here. Now this is, you know, this is rough stuff. This stuff is so thick. I had to make a clamp for them so that when they do this, it doesn't warp this board, because this stuff don't play. It's very, very, very durable, probably by 15 or 20 times for, let me see how thick this is. It's got this paper, this regular printer paper on the back there, so it's really not much to measure there. This stuff is less than, it's 0.78 millimeters thick. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how rough it is. Where is, this will do. There ain't a hole nowhere. You can see the dents it put in it. It's almost like you see the surface glaze on there. It's like a clear coat on it, you know, coming off. This stuff has got it going on, and it's flexible. So I'm gonna get a clear body and do a pour with this stuff and see how it works, because this would be the end of the tape thing in the RC world if this works. The clear body should be here Monday or Tuesday. Gonna be very friggin' interesting. Matter of fact, I might even just strip all that tape off of that Kraton and do it. Might as well, because it's on, you know, it's a bash body. I ordered a new body for it because I found a place to buy parts from these people who buy these things and strip them down and sell the parts. They get, I guess they get new returns based on the ad or on eBay, and that's where I got most of my parts from, because they take, it's like the rear diffs. You can't buy rear diff parts, but you can buy the whole rear diff unit, and this stuff is unused. You know, they get a new RC. They don't sell rollers. They don't, at least I didn't see any, but I saw complete chassis parts, the bottom plate, blah, 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 blah. And if anybody's of an interest in it, you know, I'll go to the trouble of making a couple of links for some of the items, because that's where I got my stuff. And it's going to start coming in here Wednesday in a big way. But yeah, the work surfaces and all these little bitty things, these are things that I've been using for 15, 20 years. So there's no guesswork to will it work or how it works. It's like when I knew I needed a place to do stuff, I went to one of those hotel sales where they're remodeling a hotel, and I got these for $5 a piece, and I put a piece of ply between them and screwed it down. Done. You know, so I got 10 feet of work surface there and a place to put stuff. And now these are for my quadcopters, so there ain't no way I'm gonna start stuffing car stuff in there, because I get this stuff mixed up, it'll be all bad. Because copter stuff, you know, cost, there's no comparison in the cost of videography copters and these cars until you get, you know, into like the Losi double XLE. You know, you ain't at $1,000, you ain't even started to play ball. So got to keep stuff separated. And you know, there's a lot of ways to get storage and augment your tool situation without going broke. You know, these are things that I've learned over the last 40 years of being a tech, an instructor, and a builder. Because, you know, I call myself a master tinker, because if it burns gas, diesel, JP4, or uses a battery, I done bought one, fixed one, tore up more than one in my time. And anybody see some information that don't jive right, feel free to contact me, leave it in the comments, whatever, because I didn't learn all this by not listening to people. I learned all this because I listen to people. So don't hold your tongue. Speak up. Let me hear it, because I want to know. I absolutely want to know. and I'm going to share it, and I'm going to tell you where I got it, just like the information that I got finding out how to understand why things broke on these cars. You know, when I said I needed help, I didn't need help fixing them. I needed help understanding why something did something, because I didn't have cars. I got all these cars, the electrics, I got the Italian first, then the Kraton, and the shredder. So before that, with electrics, all I had was these little guys here, because I got these to train my dogs, because I can't walk anymore, so I can't walk them, and they love to get out and play. And trouble is with that is it's not very fast, so they catch it and beat the crap out of it, flip it over and piss on it. So I had to up the ante, which is how I got to these. So, because when I walk through the house with one of these headed to the door, everybody's up and ready to go. They can't wait to go out, because what I do is I attach a hot dog to it. So if they catch it, they get the hot dogs. Go out there with a pack of hot dogs, and they just have a ball. So that's the reasoning. Yeah, so wheelie bars or anything else, I got in mind to be making some stuff. So, you know, if there's something you think you want and you wonder if it can be made, give me a shout, because I got nothing but time. I'm not allowed to go back to work. Hell, if it's over 70 degrees, I'm not even allowed outside. So, you know, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted, because it will be gone. So, it's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Don't drink and drive. Don't let your friends drink and drive. Fight with them, scuffle, knock some teeth out, do whatever you got to do. Making up is a whole lot more fun than going to funerals. Trust me. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. So, you guys all have a nice day. And thank you so much for you people who tolerate us noobs. Because regardless of my mechanical experience in life, when it comes to RC, large-scale, powerful cars, I don't know what makes things break. Fixing them is not an issue. Understanding why they break so I don't do it twice, I got a lot to learn on that one. So, dump on me. Wiz, do whatever you got to do, because I'm all ears. God bless you all. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Papa Phil, I'm out of here. I think I'm out of here.